Hi you guys, it is Katrina here. Not exactly a good video for today because a lot of people there are a lot of people that know that I do smoke. And I'm not talking about weed, right? Weed is not really an addiction for me. Like, yeah, I do smoke weed here and there. I haven't in like the longest time, but I've come to like a new issue where like I have to stop smoking in order to get surgery. They require me to be smoke free for 30 days. So today was my day 2. I say was because I relapsed. Um, Addiction is a lot harder than what I thought it was, and I feel bad because there's little things that I remember like here and there, um, specifically like surrounding my ex and him wanting to stop smoking. I'm like, it's not that hard. It's really not as hard. You just stop smoking. And I feel stupid now because it's easy to say like, something and not understand the journey of it. So yeah, it's hard to give an opinion when you've never been placed in a very specific situation. Like, you think you know, right? You think you know how easy it is to stop with like something you're addicted to. They say like, "Oh, like it's like for example, someone that does like, I don't know, worst case scenario, heroin, right? They say, "Oh, you should just stop doing heroin." It makes me wonder, like, it's probably not as easy as it seems because it's like an addiction and it's just like any other drugs, like narcotics out there. And it's just really not as easy as it is. I don't have a problem when it comes to stopping smoking, okay? Because I've realized that it's really easy for me to just like, stop smoking. And yeah, I do get urges here and there where I'm like, I need to smoke, I need to smoke, I need to smoke. Well, I watched a YouTube video, right? And YouTube, it's very, here and there. And to be honest, I don't smoke very much. I don't smoke a pack a day. Now back last year, I did, when I first picked up on cigarettes, I want to say December of last year. So it's almost been a year since I've been smoking cigarettes, but I've been smoking basically for longer than that, if you really think about it. Black and milds are horrible. No one really told me the dangers on like black and milds and how you're really not supposed to be inhaling them, and I was inhaling them. I would, again, another situation around surrounding like my ex and stuff like that. Me and him, we used to smoke black and milds, like literally smoke, inhale them. You're not supposed to do that because they're an aroma thing. Like, it's pure tobacco, shitty tobacco, and it's not good for your lungs. And I feel like that was the one thing that kind of like really contributed to me becoming a cigarette smoker. And so like it's been super hard not picking up that habit. And I literally just got back from certified. Like, I literally just, like, I'm gonna try to show you guys. Like, I have like the wrappers, you know, like, it's hard. And honestly, my whole entire life, I grew up, well, to be honest, I grew up around cigarette smokers. Not that my parents smoked, because my parents were not smokers. There was no one that smoked in the house, this and that. Me and my brother would go to a babysitter where like they used to smoke in the house, they used to smoke outside, and we used to see that a lot. And then growing up, I didn't really have any friends that were cigarette smokers. So this is just weird for me. My dad used to smoke when I mean, like, I don't know if he was in his 20s or what when he started smoking cigarettes, but he was a cigarette smoker at one point. And then my grandma was a cigarette smoker. As far as I know of, my mom's never been a cigarette smoker, but my mom's also very, very secretive. She doesn't talk about her like rebel life before she, became Christian, and just she doesn't talk about it. So I don't really know anything on her end as far as like, cigarette smoking or just being a smoker in general, right? So it's like my only true influence of smoking, and this is gonna sound pretty bad because I'm not blaming him, but influences do contribute to what you tend to do. I do kind of think, being around my ex, which there are times where we were dating, so boyfriend slash ex, where like he would smoke a lot around me, and I just, it blows my mind a little bit, all right? Because my explanation is, I always thought the smell of cigarette smoke stank. Like, I thought it was the most disgusting smell ever. And then I can remember, like, back as, like, a teenager, him smoking so much, and he introduced me to, like, menthol, and he's like, here, it just has, like, this minty taste to it. I'm like, yeah, I can do menthol cigarettes, which is all I smoke these days. I smoke menthols. So yeah, I wasn't like a true smoker or anything when I was a teenager. Like I didn't even start smoking weed till I was 19. And then I didn't even become like a heavy marijuana smoker. Like I really just started picking up on smoking last year. So with that being said, I don't think it really matters how long you start a bad habit. If you are able to continue that bad habit, and that bad habit is like programmed into your mind and everything like that, you're fucked. I mean, you want me to be blunt and honest, you're fucked. So yeah, today is August 25th. In all technicality, I have until September 15th to stop smoking. So I really don't want to stop cold turkey on the 15th of September. Like, I really do not. My personal goal, right, is to stop smoking before then. My personal goal, all right, because my first personal goal was to stop smoking by September 1st. And do I think I'm going to make it? Honestly, if I can find a way to deal with the cravings of wanting a cigarette, I think I will be able to manage by then. But then I'm also managing my cigarette intake, like how many cigarettes I smoke per day. Like, for instance, I just got done smoking one cigarette and I just got home. Limiting my cigarettes, how much I take. I really don't, like I said, I don't even smoke an entire pack a day. Like, that's not something that I do anymore. I'm just not that stressed out. It's more of a habit thing more than a stress reliever, if that makes sense. And I mean, like 2 days is not bad, honestly, because I can remember back a couple months ago, I would go 4 days at most without a cigarette, and that's just because I was broke. I'm not fucking broke anymore. But yeah, I've thought about like limiting like my money, like, putting my money away where I don't have access to it, like not in a bank or anything. Maybe just, finding somewhere to store it so that way I don't have access to it, just so that way I don't have that ability to go out and buy cigarettes. That way I'm, I feel like part of the addiction is really just, if you have the money for it, you're gonna go out and get it. To be honest, I probably spent like $500 or more on cigarettes this year, which is kind of embarrassing because back when I was with my ex earlier in the year, he got drunk one night and we all went to the gas station and he literally bought like $75 worth of cigarettes. Like literally he just bought like a whole rack of fucking Newports and it was ridiculous. So yeah, that doesn't really help towards anything. But really it's just the craving aspect of it. Like I've been doing so much, well, I haven't been doing a lot of digging, but I've been doing some digging on YouTube as to like how to stop smoking, and a lot of people just kind of given their story of what worked for them, and it's not really, I mean, like, yeah, you can definitely pick up from like personal experiences, but I feel like when you're battling with addiction, okay, especially from me personally, I feel like you want something effective. Like, yeah, it's good to hear personal stories of what worked for other people and how they managed to get through it and stuff like that. But the fact that there's no set way to stop makes it even more difficult to stop in general. I've heard a lot of the stories are like you need a nicotine patch and that will help you, stop smoking. And my biggest thing is, right, with the surgery, that I'm not supposed to have any nicotine in my body. If I get caught, right, they take my blood and stuff the 16th of October. If I get caught with any type of nicotine in my system, any alcohol in my system, so I'm not allowed to drink, I'm not allowed to have any THC, narcotics, which I don't do narcotics, so it's not even like a problem or anything like that, but even just, you know, just smoking cigarettes or even, inhaling off a vape, let alone a damn nicotine patch. If I get caught with any type of nicotine in my system before the day of surgery, they're going to cancel my surgery, and then I'm going to have to pay an $800 fee because of it being canceled and me acknowledging, because they have a paper that you sign, right? That you are acknowledging that you have to be, free off of anything, no smoking, no alcohol, no narcotics, no nothing. Like, absolutely, you are not supposed to have this shit in your system, which is another reason why I'm like, I want to stop ideally before, September 15th, because, you know, it gives me more time, it gives my body more time to clear out my system and not have the effects of, smoking a cigarette. So, yeah. Other than that, I feel really hypocritical, and I feel like I just like I definitely feel stupid for criticizing people on exactly how easy it is to stop when you're addicted to something, because I mean, like, it doesn't even have to be a narcotic. Like, literally, if anything is addictive to you, alcohol, cigarettes, porn, um anything can become an addiction. It's more of a habitual thing, and it's so hard to get out of that. um but I know the sooner that I learn to control the cravings and the urges and stuff like that, the easier it's going to be for me personally, just because I've gotten this far, and this would be my second time going, well, I feel like this would be more like my third time going 2 days without nicotine. And then as soon as the second day comes around, I'm not able to proceed further with stopping. So, I don't know, maybe a nicotine patch is all I need, and then just kind of wean off of it until, like, I no longer need it no more. I don't know if that's how people are doing it. I just know, like, I know that it's an addictive chemical. So, which they have those printed all over fucking cigarette boxes as warnings, like as soon as you start. And it really wasn't like, you know, you pick up one pack of cigarettes and automatically you're addicted. And maybe that just depends on, like, you know, family members or how long you've been exposed to it to, you know, for it to be really that addictive. um Personally, I didn't realize I was addicted to nicotine till, I want to say, I mean, if you want me to be completely honest, I feel like sometime earlier this year is when I realized it's becoming a problem and I really can't go without it. If you want me to try to pinpoint it, I would I would honestly say probably about March of this year. So ultimately, you know, December, January, February, March, so about 3 months. And that's with vapes included. So vaping on top of smoking cigarettes, that just kind of adds to the problem. And people are like, you know, if you get a vape, it'll help you stop smoking. No, I actually don't believe that vaping will help you stop smoking. It'll help you stop, like, you know, buying cigarettes, maybe. I mean, I've tried it. I tried the vaping thing like a couple times this year. Like, I've literally went out and bought probably like, I don't know, 7 vapes this year. And each time, like, after a while, after using the vape, I'm like, okay, I need a cigarette. Like, literally, just the vapes don't really help because as a cigarette smoker myself, I miss the whole, like, burning, the smell. You know, it's just the weird shit, and it just doesn't help. Like, it makes me want to smoke more because it's not getting my fix in. So yeah, so I guess I'm gonna let you guys go. At this point I'm just rambling, plus I'm 17 minutes in and I'm not planning on editing this video. There's really nothing to edit this video about. It's literally just a talk on how much I'm struggling to quit smoking right now. I guess I'll keep you guys updated as far as, like, this whole stopping smoking journey thing. Like, I've been trying my hardest just to quit cold turkey, and like I said before, I don't have a problem with stop smoking. Like, I can stop smoking. My problem is the cravings, and then the cravings get, like, they get out of hand, and I'm like, okay, I have to go out and get a pack of cigarettes. So I guess one thing I have tried is candy. Someone was like, you know, get something to fidget with, like if you need something to, you know, I mean, I guess really the only thing that really resembles a cigarette, if you really think about it, is like a pencil. So like take a pencil and like fidget within your fingers, maybe even like pretend like smoke, you know, just give your body that whole like mimicking situation of smoking but not actually smoking. I tried candy. Candy was like a good way, you know, if you're having like I guess like cravings or whatever, just candy would be something instead. Basically, you're just trying to replace your dopamine from the cigarette to a different type of reward that your brain will validate and like better or just as much. And the candy didn't really help, so yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna hop off here and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.